Hello and welcome to the Safe Space ASMR podcast, where we talk about all things spirituality, personal development, and so much more. Here we align the mind, body, and spirit to live our most authentic lives. Sometimes we whisper, sometimes we soft speak, but every time we expand, grow, and relax. So sit back, grab a drink. My drink today is water. Still have yet to get to the goal of having homemade drinks where I make boba and cute little things and unique drinks. No, just drinking water. Liquid death specifically. So let me take a sip and let's dive into episode 14, where I'm going to tell you how to manifest like a professional and also why your manifestation hasn't come yet, okay? Let me take a sip real quick. Okay. I needed that. I need to drink more water. Alright. So, I want to start off by saying this misconception that you have to actively manifest. You have to do manifestation. Do it. Because the misconception is that you have to do it. Yet, the reality is that we are always manifesting. We cannot turn it off. In this moment, you're manifesting. I'm manifesting. It's a constant thing. I think the confusing part is you have to consciously, are you conscious of what you're manifesting? Or are you unconsciously manifesting? So it's not that you don't know how to do it, and it's not that you don't do it. There's a lot of people that don't believe in manifestation, and I really don't know my audience and what level of, and not level, but if you're deep into spirituality, if you're deep into personal development, if you're new to it, I want to have this be open for everyone. So I am gonna go over a quick little why you might not believe in manifestation and also what manifestation is. So the true definition, I'm actually going to search it up because I didn't write it down, but it's not creating. Manifestation is not about creating something out of nothing. It's about aligning with. So the definition of manifestation, as I type it right in, is an event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. The action or fact, how there's always multiple definitions. The action or fact of showing an abstract idea, it's something that gets displayed to you. It's something that is shown to you. It takes energy and form of a manifestation of a physical object, a manifestation of an emotion, a circumstance. It can be whatever, and that's why everything is manifestation. The physical objects of things, the ideas that you have in your mind, the circumstances that you get aligned with, that you get presented to, the people, the relationships you find yourself in, the amount of money you see in your bank account, the way that you feel, everything is manifestation. It is taking form. And manifestation is also, in other words, awareness going over something. So what you want already exists. And in the future, I'm not there yet. I mean, I study all of this, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet. There's so many different, and we'll just dive in later in episodes, but there's so many different parallel realities. So many overlapping each other. In every moment, you probably have heard of the butterfly effect. Every action has a reaction. That is nature. That is the law of the universe. Everything has an, equal reaction or an opposite reaction. Every single thing in life, everything you do has a ripple effect into your reality, into your future. The simplest of things. We can't understand them because we're fixed in this timeline, in this moment, but manifestation is we unconsciously manifest and create the future. We align with things that we do or don't want to see, or we consciously do it. So we choose what to see and what we want in our reality. We choose the people, we choose the circumstances, and, take this black and white, because I do believe universe, source, God, higher self, which we'll talk about, in future episodes, but also throughout this episode. But there is some level of control there, and, we might have different beliefs on that, but it's ultimately what you want. The control, let's talk about that in a moment when I tell you about manifestation. But why don't some people believe it works? Maybe you don't believe it works because it hasn't happened yet. Maybe what you wanted hasn't happened, and you did the, what you're supposed to do, the steps. There's so many different manifestation techniques that you can do. Maybe you feel you're not in control because there's something outside of you controlling what shows up in your life. Or maybe you just don't believe it because you've tried it, but something bad showed up right away, or the opposite happened, which I'm going to talk about. So there's this thing called cross purposes. I took this abundance course with Christy Marie Sheldon. I don't know if you've heard of her, but it's an abundance course to clear abundance blocks. So all of us have about 24 abundance blocks, which I'll talk about. I always say I'll talk about because there's so much to talk about, but we all have, not all 24, but there's 24 certain blocks that we all carry within us. And the course was on money, but it wasn't just money, it was life in general. It could be the fear of success, it can be doubt and fear, worthiness, it's so many things. But we have cross purposes that battle within us. So we have our desire, which is the thing that we want to manifest. Let's say it is success, but then we desire that consciously, but subconsciously and deep down that we might not even be aware of, we have a cross purpose battling that desire. So this is me, because I have a desire for success, right? Who doesn't want success? I don't know. But I also have a cross purpose of fearing success. So I fear it. Why? I'm afraid I can't handle it. I'm afraid it breaks relationships, from wherever I got that belief. We all have our beliefs from our subconscious mind that was formed from ages 0 to 7. The experiences, the people, the things we've heard, our neurotransmitters in our subconscious mind were making connections that formed the belief on our perception of the world. Mostly ages 0 to 7, we were like hypnotism. We were hypnotized, and we were like a sponge to the world. I talk more about that in my Beliefs Are Sabotaging You episode, as well as Your Thoughts Are Not You. Many episodes I talk about that, but I do recommend you pause this or listen later to Your Beliefs Are Sabotaging You, because that fights with this. This is the cross purpose. So we consciously desire a relationship or money or a job, but deep within us, we fear it for whatever reason. Sometimes the fears are so crazy, right? Maybe we fear to get hurt more than the desire for a relationship, but we think, oh, how stupid, because I really want a relationship. But our brain is afraid of the unknown. So we have this deep underlying fear. And every form of negativity, every block, all stems back to some level of fear. For whatever reason, worthiness, fear, doubt, fear. I forget the blocks in this moment, but there's so many. Like shame, fear, it all stems back to that underlying resistance. And when we have a cross purpose, it has fighting energies. So if you picture two things, as a desire, I wish I had Jordan here, because he just told me this the other day. This was his realization. I do not give it any creds, and I'm going to have him on an episode 2 very soon. So make sure you subscribe or follow wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube. Make sure you join the journey. I'm going to be having Jordan, my boyfriend, join. But we were both talking about this, he pictured you in two tethers, one tether to your desire and one tether to your old reality being your fear, the negativity, the evil. So we have these two tethers, and whatever one is pulling us strongly is where we are leaning more to. And you have to have a strong enough conviction of desire in order to attract something, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But if we have a cross purpose, we have a tether to the desire, and then we have one, in two opposite directions. The fear of success, not wanting it, but you also desire it. With that push and pull, you become stagnant. And that is where the unconscious, living lives. That is where the unconscious wake up every day, do the same thing, do this, attract the same people. We attract the same circumstances. I have an episode on law of attraction, but we attract the same circumstances over and over again unconsciously because we're not taking control of the belief. So we unconsciously attract, whether it is the exact same circumstance with the same person, or it's maybe a different person but same circumstance. We attract similar things, and it carries on until we take control of it. So with the tether, you have your desire, you have the fear. And next week I'm going to be making an episode on how to be more self-aware, because this is key to manifestation. Self-awareness, that is the biggest of them all. But if you have this tether, you stay still, or you might move very slowly. And this is why a lot of the times like with my old YouTube channel, my just Haley Gutierrez, how long did I, like a year and a half about, I was consistent until I stopped doing it because I went to ASMR. But I was consistent for that long, but it was very slow growth, very slow. I learned so much, and I am so thankful for that channel because it taught me so much about my worthiness, success, acting, like taking action, following my dreams. And like I resisted doing that because that was my biggest goal, starting a YouTube channel, right? This was my cross purpose. For years I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I said to everyone, I'm going to do it. And if I wanted to so bad, why didn't I do it earlier? Why did I wait 4 years? I had a cross purpose, a lack of worthiness, feelings of not being good enough, not knowing enough. And it took me so long to move past that in order to take that action because of that cross purpose. So not only did it take me so long to start the YouTube channel, it also took me a long time to grow within that YouTube channel. Now my ASMR channel, so much faster. I got monetized. It's just personal story, but I got monetized in 4 months. To some people that might be a long time, but to me very quickly. And it grew so much faster because I felt good in it. I felt aligned, I felt confident, and therefore that attracts, right? I believed I was worthy because I posted 3 times a week consistently. I have never missed. I missed 1 week, but why I'm saying this is because I believed I was worthy and deserving, and so it grew faster. But with my cross purpose, with my main YouTube channel, it took me so long to start and to grow, because I put a video out, on a Sunday, and I didn't have next week's video. I didn't feel ready. If I got so many subscribers onto that channel, I don't know where I probably would have crashed. I probably would have not actually been able to handle it if they came in all at once, because I didn't realize at the time that I actually didn't enjoy doing what I did too much. And I only realized that later. So, but in my energy with that channel, I had so many creative blocks come up. I did feel a little unaligned. I didn't feel prepared. But of course, I want 500 subscribers this week. I want to get monetized in a month. And I even set my first month on that YouTube channel, I set a goal for 500. thank God I didn't get it, because, but even not receiving it, it's just the energy that I was in did not match 500 subscribers. So anyway, that's just my personal story, but let's get back into, I always get like sidetracked. I didn't even mean to talk about that. But anyway, when we have a desire, but the cross purpose doesn't match, when we're out of alignment in the way we think, feel, do, and speak, I heard perfect balance to being aligned is what you're feeling, thinking, speaking, and doing in alignment. Before my YouTube channel, I'm just going to go back to this because it's personal experience. Before my YouTube channel, I spoke, I'm going to create my YouTube channel. I'm so ready. But instead, I did plan B, what society tells you have to go to college to be successful. So I went to community college. I did not want to go. I did not want to go. I knew that. I thought that. But I did, because I thought like, oh, okay, I might as well get my associates, just in case I need to get a job. And, 4 months after dropping out of college, which I didn't finish the associates, but 4 months after dropping out, 1 month after, I started a blog, and then 3 months I started in May. No, 4 months? I started in May, sorry. 4 or 5 months after dropping out of college, I started it. So I lived out of alignment for a while because I was doing something that I did not want to do. Going to college, because everyone says that you have to. It's a mass belief that I took on just in case. When you follow your plan B, by the way, you might have different belief, and I respect it. But when you follow your plan B, that tells your subconscious mind that you are not good enough for your plan A. Most people, when they have this plan B and they tend to shrink themselves or stay small because they're not convicted by their beliefs that they're capable of something. So it teaches your brain that you're not good enough, there's always this. It gives your brain a way out, a comfort, right? People fear what's the unknown, what's not comfortable, which then again goes back into training the unconscious. When we give to the unconscious, which is what is comfortable, past experiences, we're unconsciously manifesting the same things over and over again, not taking new action. The universe, God, source, higher self, whatever you want to call it, responds to faith, responds to you, responds to what you say goes. So everything that you do is given. Like you in Kabbalah, which is an ancient mysticism, which is an ancient mysticism, in Kabbalah, God, universe, source, is constantly giving. That is the energy of the light. The light of the Creator is giving. That's all it does. You, as a human being, are a vessel of constant receiving, but you also have the light within you, your spirit, your soul. So you give, but you also receive. Giving is where you're giving to the world, giving to this 3D physical reality, giving to people, giving to yourself, but you're also endlessly receiving. Your vessel is, you're capable of receiving certain things. If you fear success, your vessel isn't big enough for success. If you're all for success, it's big enough to handle success. So we have to train our vessel by training our mind, by training our energy, by training our capability to step into the unknown and do different things, to attract different things and think differently. So when you have out of alignment beliefs and cross purposes, you're fighting the conscious desire, which you're not going to manifest what you want when your energy in your body is fighting against what you want. Your brain and your body cannot be aligned. You might think you want something, but your body isn't ready for it. So, let's say I just got $1 million right now, I would not know how to handle it. because mentally, physically, I'm not prepared. No matter how amazing it sounds, I would give it to Jordan, my boyfriend, because he might know how to handle it. Not me, because that's why a lot of people go bankrupt too when they win the lottery. When they receive endlessly without being ready for it, their vessel isn't big enough to handle it. So, when we set a desire, and the opposite happens as well, this is why people like fight with manifestation. The opposite happens only to be cleared. It shows the block that's in front of you. If you have a desire and then something negative happens, it shows what's in the way. It shows what's holding you back. It's a test, if you'd like to view it that way. You can view it as a test, and you can also view it as just like, okay, well, this is what I need to handle in order to move past it. We tend to lose faith in that moment of the opposite happening. A lot of us tend to think, oh, of course, well, it's just the same situation. And we attract differently again because we don't hold on to our desire. Because we feel, oh, yep, not worthy. Oh, yep, doesn't work. Oh, yep, I just can't, I'm not capable of that. When in reality, it's how we respond in that moment. That is the mountain of change. So either you handle it differently, and clear that energy and remove it and still have faith in your vision. Faith is also the key word. If you don't have faith, you don't have the amount of, your vibrational frequency isn't aligned with it. If your vibration isn't aligned with your goal, you don't attract it. Energy flows where attention goes. Your emotion is energy in motion that's creating your personal reality. So if something happens and then you're just like, oh, of course, never mind, forget about my desire because it never works. If you suck back into that energy, you're going to stay stagnant, and you're also going to stay at that unconscious attracting and manifestation. But in the moment of setting a desire and something coming up, instead you can look at that and be like, oh, it's just a test. Life is neutral. Everything is neutral. I can like something and you cannot like it. That thing doesn't have inherent meaning. We give meaning. We give meaning to circumstances. We give meaning to people, to situations, to things, to why we didn't get something, to why we're doing certain things. We tie meaning. The world is neutral. And therefore, when something comes up, if you tie meaning to that in such a negative, not serving way, you're going to lower your vibration again and not be in alignment with your actual manifestation that you desire. But if you change your mind, and you will have thoughts that come up, I'm not saying that we're perfect and to always stay a high vibration, because you're going to have thoughts, you're going to have low days, but if you can continuously reframe your perception of reality and constantly look at it differently and tie meaning that serves you, that will let you have that high vibration, then you are worthy of attracting your desire. But if you can't tie meaning to certain things, then you don't believe that you're worthy of it. You lost the faith. If you look at things as if you're not, oh, this is happening because I'm not meant for success. I'm not meant for this. Oh, it's taken me 2 years to be on YouTube. I'm not meant for it. No, you show up differently. You learn from the very much neutral circumstance, and you take control of what that means. Free will is because we have the free will to decide what we want. Universe, source, endless giver to our endless receiving. What you say goes, is in your favor, is working for you. It's not working against you. Darkness that happens, it doesn't mean that it's like it doesn't care about you, it likes you less. It just means, here's this, okay? Let's work through it to see our vision. Stay strong on your vision, reframing your thoughts constantly. And I'm gonna take a sip of this water. Nowadays it's self-concept. I know that's like trending and everything. My beautiful friend Rosa, master in my eyes of self-concept. But hold on. Self-concept is constantly, it's like the delusional energy not delusional in a negative way, but like, she works with a lot of affirmations. So affirming what you want constantly. When you have a negative thought that is not what you want, you redirect it and you reaffirm. So if I have a negative thought, I'm not worthy. What do you mean? You're so worthy. You are so deserving. You know why? And reframing your thoughts constantly to attract and embody that energy. And if you want something, to not say, oh, like I have to get there, or it's so out of reach. It's like, act as if you have it now. Say as if you have it now. Affirm as if you have it now. And some people don't resonate with that, which is fine. You can not resonate with that and still manifest. There's no right and wrong way. But the right way is all about holding faith and understanding that your thoughts and your beliefs are just thoughts and beliefs. Like, they can be changed. If they were formed, they can be changed. And to constantly change them is to redirect them. So it is really important to, journal and rewire. Rewiring, just like a habit, takes about 21 days to form a habit. It takes like that. I feel like it takes less, but it takes 21 days to form a habit. Repetition is key. So if you want to change a thought, a belief, repetition is key. There's many different things you can do. Hypnosis, journaling, affirmations, writing is so important. But it's the ultimate thing behind all of this is just so that you can hold on to the faith. Just so that you can hold on to the faith of believing you are worthy of your goals, believing that you are worthy of that person, that life, that circumstance, that job, that whatever you desire. It's believing that you are worthy. And in my personal experience too, believing you are worthy is also about taking action and doing what you can. Because we do live in this physical 3D world, we have to work with it. I don't think there's different circumstances to everything, but I think it's really important to take that action as well, which I believe I'm worthy with my ASMR channel because I take that action 3 times a week and I show up for myself, which gives me practice, which gives me, I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm controlling what I can control, and now it's up to the God, universe, source, higher self to, manifest that thing into my life. And I'm sitting here and I'm doing what I can, and I'm working with the energies, my energies of holding a high vibration, my thoughts, I'm working with that and just doing what you can. And it's most importantly, not physically, but that's very important. Don't underestimate the power of doing something physical. We have to, because we live in the 3D, but doing the work inwardly, doing the work in your mind of what you believe, figuring out your cross purposes and what's, fighting with the energy of your desire deeply. What is that? What is that energy? Do you fear something? If you don't have something, why? Go back, reframe, and continuously warp your mind into believing that things are capable for you. Let me refer you to an episode real quick. So episode 9, your beliefs are sabotaging you. That is key. That is key. If you really want to make some change, go listen to that. But then also, we have episode 3, Law of Attraction and Manifesting Intentionally. I talk about a sailboat theory, which you're on a sailboat. If you don't have the sail up, you're aimlessly going in whatever direction the waves are taking you. Whatever direction your subconscious mind is taking you, unconsciously moving. But by taking control of the sail, you move in the direction that you desire and want. Yes, bumps may come up, waves might come up, storm might come up. Do what you can in keeping that sail alive, keeping your eye on the vision and not settling for instant gratification out of fear. That's very important. I know we live in this, world of technology that constantly makes us feel like we want instant gratification. Hold the faith, be patient, breathe in the now, write down some gratitude, keep attracting, keep the vibe high. If you can't keep the vibe high, that's okay too. You don't have to be in this high energy to attract what you want. I really believe that we're imperfect people And I think by knowing that you can still attract what you want while being imperfect, that's also a belief. Take what beliefs you want, write them down, and start affirming strongly and having a vision, okay? And working with that. All right. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to make an episode on next week, how to be self-aware. So stay tuned. I'll see you next week. I love you so much, and thank you for being here with me. Bye.